Oh, I should have. I wonder if you can make it go on the phone. Mm-mm. Hey y'all, welcome to the live. I don't be liking the let me see here. Let's see what it looks like in here. Uh, welcome to the live. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Oh man. Happy Thursday. How y'all doing? I said I was gonna pop in. I said I was gonna try to pop in today. I forgot that my daughter had her, well, first of all, I didn't know about the award assembly. So I just left my daughter's school. She had her sports awards assembly at 5:30 today. And the school sent me an email. I guess they sent out like an email to the parents, kind of like a blast email and a text out saying that, oh, don't forget to come to the school, reminder about coming to the school for 3:30 for the award assembly. So hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome in, welcome to the live. Hey y'all, welcome into the live. But yeah, as I was saying, the school sent out a reminder email about the assembly, about the award assembly, right? And I got that at about 2:50 something. And it said in the email, it said 3:30. And I'm like, 3:30? I'm like, the flyer said 5:30, right? So I'm like, okay, good thing I was already dressed, because I was like, okay, well then let's go head to the school, because I just got the text. I just got the email. I was telling my daughter, I said, Serenity, I just got an email saying that the assembly's at 3:30. I said, did they change the time? And she was like, no, it's supposed to be at 5:30, right? And I said, I just got a text and an email. It says 3:30. Got to the school 3:30. It was the seventh grade and eighth grade award assembly. I went to my son, he's fifth grade. I went to his award assembly on Tuesday. They had his during school hours. I'm not sure why they didn't have the seventh and eighth graders doing school hours either, but they had theirs at 3:30 today. And then I went to go ask one of the administrators. I said, is this going to be the sport? I said, what happened to the sports assembly? That's what I was going to ask. And she was like, oh, that's going to be at 5:30. I said, because had I not got that email that went out at 2 something, I wouldn't even know and even be here for this eighth grade award assembly. But anyways, I'm glad I was able to make it on. Listen, I wasn't for sure if I was going to make it in, because I knew I had her award assemblies to go to today. And I said, I don't know if I'm going to make it in. But I was glad I'm late, but I'm glad I was able to make it on. I just wanted to drop in. Hello. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you have an amazing day. Where are you watching from? SPC. Where are you? Old dog me. Where are you watching from? But yeah, I'm glad I was able to kind of make it in. Because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it in. Let me just tell y'all, I was not sure if I was gonna make it in. I'm kind of tired. I'm stressed. Oh, this is better lighting over here. Maybe I'll just go like this. I should have just jumped on my phone though, for real. Oh no, honey. Oh, but then that's in the way. Indonesia. Oh wow, Indonesia. Well, welcome into the live. Indonesia. Okay. Indonesia. Okay. Turn that off. Well, welcome into the live. Thank you so much for tapping in with me. What time is it on your side of the world? um I said, let me go ahead and jump in because I said, let me at least show my face. I said, I don't know if anybody gonna tap in, but hey, I said I put my goal. Now tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it in because I said I was gonna go live every day this week. I said I was gonna go live every day this week on YouTube. Tomorrow, my daughter's graduating. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it in tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna make it in tomorrow. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It might be late. I guess it depends on what we do after the graduation. I don't know. But yeah, listen. Oh shoot. How was your day? How was your day? Hey y'all, welcome into the live. Did you have an amazing day today? How was your day? Today has been a tough day for me. Today has been a tough day for me. I've had this feeling in my stomach all day. I don't know. We just free chatting. We just free chatting right now. Because I got some hard decisions that I have to make. I have some hard decisions that I have to make, and the time is running out. Yeah, it's just a lot going on, and yeah, it's just a lot going on. And I'm trying to make the best decision because what's always at the top of mind is that I have two kids. I have two kids that I have to provide for. So every decision that I make, it counts. It definitely counts. But hey, welcome into the live. I hope you had an amazing day. If you could let me know where you're watching from in the live, that would be in the comments. In the comments, that would be amazingly amazing. I just jumped on here because I had set a goal and said I was gonna go live every day this week. And today I was late getting on because I had to do some mom stuff and go to the kids' school. My daughter had award assemblies and stuff today, and just kind of getting back over here. And I said, well, let me jump on. I said, I know I'm late, but I'm gonna jump on anyway and just see um how many people kind of come in and engage. So listen, hey, happy Thursday evening. If you could let me know where you're watching from. As I was saying, it's been a tough day. I'm not really sure what's next. I'm not really sure what's next. I don't know. Things are just kind of bad right now. They've been bad. Things have been bad for me for a while. Um, and I'm trying to keep it together. But it's getting harder and harder by the day. It's getting harder and harder by the day. But let me see. What time is it? It's 7:53 on my end. Dinner. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Anybody cook? Um, I just made the kids some I kind of grilled some hot dogs, and put some barbecue sauce over them and kind of grilled them, and then I let the kids put their own little toppings on them. So my kids are having hot dogs and chips because I didn't feel like cooking. We just got in from the award assembly, and that was kind of easy fast. So I just kind of did that real quick. I'm hungry though. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. But I don't feel like cooking nothing, that's for sure. I need to go to the grocery store. But anyways, so tomorrow my daughter is graduating from the 8th grade. She's graduating from middle school. Has anybody been to a graduation this season? I think graduation season might be almost over. I don't know. We're in June. So I don't know. I remember graduating like maybe the second week or maybe even the third week of June when I was like in high school. Um, I remember, yeah, I remember when I was like in high school and middle school, we went we went to school all the way like in like we weren't out the first week of June. That's for sure. Like we when I was in school, we were in school like probably up until like the third week of June. So I've noticed that things are different now, and it seems like a lot of graduations have already happened. Or maybe this week graduations are happening. Maybe it might be some graduations next week. Has anybody been to any graduations? Yeah, has anybody been to a graduation? I'm really proud of my daughter. She's about to graduate from middle school. And here's the thing, if my son was at a different elementary school, he would be graduating too. So I really want to celebrate them both, but my finances ain't saying celebrate nobody. My finances is not saying celebrate nobody. But hopefully, things could work out. I could still get a cash app tonight. Listen, God can definitely move quick and we can go and celebrate them for the graduation. I did say I wanted to do something for kind of both of them because if Sayer was at any other elementary school, he would be graduating from the fifth grade. It'd be like a little promotional ceremony. He would definitely be graduating. And then my daughter will be graduating from middle school. We're going to go do that tomorrow. I'm really proud of her. My daughter has been a straight A student since. Now, here's the thing, because in elementary, they don't you don't get letter grades. So in elementary, she was a number graded student, and Serenity has been a top of her class since she started school. I'm so proud of her. In elementary, she got all throughout elementary. When she graduated from elementary school, she was top of her class, the toppest. I mean, I'm sorry, not the toppest. That's not even a word. But she was top of her class. She got the special award for being the top of her class in elementary school, the principal's award. And I was so proud of her. And Serenity has just been amazingly amazing. That's my daughter. Now she's graduating from middle school. She's graduating from middle school. She's been to two different middle schools. And this year was particularly challenging for us as a unit, us as a three-unit family, because this school year for both of my kids, this school year for both of my kids has not been the most stable. Before we started this school year, like right before we started this school year, we were sleeping in our car. We were sleeping in the car. Um, thank God, um, I was able to come and talk to a cousin of mine, and they allowed us to come and stay with them. When we got here, school had already started. So they were already, I believe, like 2 weeks into school. They were already about 2 weeks into school, maybe a week. I think it was 2 weeks though. I think it was 2 weeks because it seems like the application process took a week once we got here. So I think they were already 2 weeks in once they started. So they already started behind the barrel, transitioning from one school that they were used to. Both of them were used to their schools. And, we were used to the area. It was just a big change for all of us because especially for my kids, because they were so set in their schools. They were so set, they were comfortable with their teachers, loved the schools that they went to, had friends and all of that. So this year this school year was a tough year for both of my kids, and because stay financially, I'm not stable. Our housing situation, where I'm still looking for, well, I can't look for permanent housing until I secure consistent income. And it's just been a lot of challenges along this school year for both of my kids, not being able to, not just having it, just a lack of finances, I wasn't able to do school shopping for them once we got them in schools. I was barely able to get like a couple of notebooks and get few boxes of pencils and a few like things, just the things so they can have a start. So this year, this school year, this ending school year has been really challenging for both of my kids. And I'm so proud of Serenity because Serenity amazes me. So my daughter, who's about to graduate from the 8th grade tomorrow, she amazes me. This girl comes to a new school, started late, and is ending valedictorian. She's valid. Probably can't say the word right, but she's valedictorian of her 8th grade class. She's walking off today. Just went to award assembly, and she got principal's award, top award, 4.0 student. Like, I'm so proud of her because through and I the her resilience, because through everything we've been through, it's been a challenging school year for both of my kids. It's been a challenging school year for both of my kids. This year was a lack of financial for it was just lack of finances all year long. I wasn't able to do school clothes for them. I had to kind of scram up some money together just to be able to buy them a couple of things for like school supplies. Um, but through it all, my kids just continue to amaze me. Both of my kids, they've ended the school year off amazingly amazing. My daughter's graduating tomorrow. She's a 4.0 student. She's graduating top of her class. Um, she's valedictorian. She's gonna be recognized tomorrow at a new school. That's why I'm just so kind of like proud. I'm like, wow, girl. Like, this girl has been brilliant all her life, and I don't think so. My daughter really sees what I see in her, right? And I've been telling her, I said, girl, your mind is so brilliant. Her mind is so brilliant. If she really was to, like, my daughter, she kind of thinks she know it all. So she think when I be telling her stuff, she be like, kind of be like, no, mom. Like, I be like, girl, if she had like the drive that I have, that's what's lacking from my daughter. She don't have that ambition to go. Like, she does great with like her school studies. But as far as like going beyond that, that's what I really, really, really am trying to get her to see. Like, if she had that real drive type push, like, this girl, I just don't see. Like I said, girl, if you really get that ambition like I got, like, girl, you're not gonna have to go through a lot of the struggles that mom has been through, that mom is still going through, you know? But I'm really proud of my daughter. She's amazingly amazing. So we're gonna celebrate her tomorrow. I'm really proud of my son as well. My son, I haven't gotten his last report card. Now, tomorrow's the last day of school. I told Sayer he better be bringing me, top of grade. He's elementary, so the highest grade is fours. Now, I've been really pushing Sayer to really kind of, the last report card was maybe a few little fours, wasn't too many. It was some threes, and there were some twos, right? And I said, Sayer, we gotta work. I said, Sayer, I said, I don't want to see no more tubes. I said, we really gotta push hard to try to get more threes on the report card. I need more threes on these report cards. So I'm excited to see my son's report card. Hopefully, well, tomorrow's the last day of school, so I would think that he'll have it tomorrow because he's going to school on the last day. Um, and I told him I'll just get him early after the graduation at after Serenity's graduation or whatever. But Sayer, he amazes me because Sayer has really opened up. Sayer is my shy child. He's the child that really keeps to himself, and he still does. It takes a minute for Sayer to really kind of adapt to new. So me bringing him to a new school, especially when he loved his school. He loved his school. And me bringing him, and I hated that I had to pull him out. I hated that I had to pull him out because I wanted him to stay there and you kind of finish elementary out there. Um, but it takes Sayer a minute to adapt. It takes him a minute to be sociable, but he's really opened up. He's adapted well, far as I can see. He's adapted well. He got a couple of little friends, that be calling his phone. Like, socially, he might be a little bit better than my oldest because socially, Serenity's a little awkward now. Here's the thing, because when Serenity, and hey, y'all can let me know y'all in. Listen, if you tapping in, just let me know you in the chat. I'm just talking about my children. I'm talking about my kids and just kind of, I was talking about graduation, but then I started just talking about my kids. But yeah, Serenity, when she was young, she was like the little social butterfly. Like, I would take her to the park and she would go up to kids and say, "Hey, my name is Serenity, want to play?" Right? And I remind her of that, like, to this day. And she be like, she remembers it, but now she's so socially awkward to where it takes her a minute. Like, she will sit by herself and don't go talk to nobody or don't show herself to be friendly. And I guess she gets that from me because I kind of do that too, especially as the older that I've gotten. I've kind of gotten into that realm too. Yeah, I don't know. But my son, to go back to my son, I'm really proud of him because he adapted well. He adapted well for this school year, and I'm really proud because I know he has been pushing himself to really do well in school. I've been really on top of him about being more involved in the classroom, raising his hands, because Sayer is the kid that he may have a question, but he might be a little shy or don't want to say nothing because he don't want to be out on Front Street, or like he don't want to be the one that asks the question. So I've really tried to push him to kind of speak up, and use his voice, and kind of like, don't be afraid. If you have a question, raise your hand and ask your teacher the questions, because that's what she's there for. So I'm really proud of him. It's been a transitional year, a challenging year for both of my kids. Hey, welcome into the live. Drop in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. It's been a transitional, challenging year for both of my children, but I'm proud of both of them, and they're ending the year winning. They're ending the year winning, and I'm so excited to see my son in junior high. He's about to be a sixth grader and about to go to middle school. My daughter is about to be a ninth grader. She's about to go to high school. So I'm just excited about, what's next, seeing what's next for both of them. Welcome to the live. If you could let me know where you're watching from. Hey. How has your evening been? How's your evening been? Welcome in. It's been a day for me. I'll say that. Let me try to put it in there. It definitely has been a day. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a day. I got a lot on my brain. And I'm trying not to stress, but whew. Da, 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 da. All right. All right. Well, I've been on here for about 25 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Um, yeah. I'm just gonna sit in my car and think about my life right now and think about just, I don't know, some stuff that I'm trying to figure out. But listen, thank y'all for sitting with me. Thank you so much for tapping in. I definitely wanted to show my face and just stay committed because I did commit to showing up live every day this week. Now, tomorrow, I don't think I'm gonna be able to show up live. Um, I don't think because I just forgot this week. When I set this for this week, I forgot the busyness of this week. And it really should have been maybe setting this for maybe next week or last week is probably when I probably should have did it. But this week I just forgot the busyness of this week from just, I guess this week has been super hands-on with just showing up for my kids because they've had so much stuff going on at school and assemblies and awards assemblies and all of that this week. And graduations tomorrow. So this week was a bad week for me to say commit every day this week going live. So tomorrow I probably won't be able to jump on live, but listen, y'all gonna see my face because my video gonna upload. My Faith Friday video is already ready, set, schedule. Make sure you tap in for the Faith Friday video. It's gonna drop at 11 o'clock. All right. Y'all just keep me in your prayers. I'm dealing with a lot right now. I am. And I'm by myself in this. The thing seems like it's harder to deal with when you're dealing with stuff by yourself, you know? Um, and I'm literally dealing with everything by myself. I sit in my car a lot because I don't want my kids to see the heaviness that's on me. So I come to my car so that I can kind of like just not be so down and out in front of them. But there's a lot going on and there's some tough decisions that I have to really kind of decide to make. Because my circumstances have not changed. And now since I really need a new car, it's having me rethink this whole entire situation to where I might have to suck it up and kind of just live in my car for a couple of months so that I could be able to save up some money to get a new car because no doors are opening for a job. I'm still faithfully looking, but no doors are opening up in that area. And because my car was the last thing that I had, and that has kind of like, my car is not safe to drive. This car right here is a ticking time bomb. And I'm praying every time I put my kids in here because I would hate for this car to blow up with my kids in it. So because I've lost everything, I'm not even over exaggerating. I've lost everything and the car was the only thing that I had. And now since that has seemed like, okay, that's done, it's like, okay, Sherry, and mechanics have told me it's not safe for you to drive this car. It's not safe for you to drive this car. It's leaking gas too bad or whatnot. And I don't drive the car as much. I only drive it when I need to. Because I still got to be able to feed my kids. I still got to be able to I still had to be able to like pick them up from school. I still had to be able to take them to school. So every time I got in this car, I'm praying. I'm like, God, I need you to keep me safe today. I need you to make sure that I can make it to the destination and make it back safely. And I'm praying the whole way. Because if I roll over the wrong thing, it could be a cigarette butt or anything. This car gonna blow up. Like literally, I watch the gas is pouring out. When the engine's on, the gas is pouring out. So I'm in a place right now to where I'm about to make some tough decisions and I'm just gonna have to make the sacrifice because um it's just it is what it is. It's just is this seems like that's the only way that I'm gonna be able to try to get another car. But anyways, y'all keep me in your prayers. Please keep me in your prayers. And on top of that, I lost a really good friend. I lost a really good friend. Not lost like death or anything like that, but I lost a really good friend. And I'm not handling that too well either. Yeah. So y'all just keep me in your prayers because he was like the only friend that I had that I felt like I kind of didn't feel that alone in this situation. But yeah, I just feel even more alone. It's like, okay, like he was a vent, he was an outlet for me to be able to kind of vent to or whatnot. And kind of like if I needed something, he would show up, you know? So to kind of lose that, and I'm not sure if I made the best choice in doing that. Listen, I'm not sure if I made the best choice in doing that. And let me just be honest. Let me be honest because I cut off the friendship. I cut off the friendship because I cut off the friendship because I started to feel like I was being tolerated. Um I don't know. It just seems like the dynamics of our relationship have changed since I guess I don't know, for the past probably like maybe 10 months. It seems like things have kind of changed. Um maybe more like since April, things have kind of changed. I don't know. Be the beginning of like maybe 10 months ago is kind of when I started to notice the dynamics of things just changing. But then like a couple of months ago in April is when I really kind of said, okay, it feels different. Like, I don't know, it feels different. It's kind of feeling like you're tolerating me and like you're not really wanting to like you're not really wanting to be. I don't know. It just seemed like I was being tolerated. And because he's a nice person and because I think he kind of maybe felt sorry about my situation and stuff that I was going through or stuff that I'm dealing with, to where it seemed like maybe he didn't want to release the friendship with me going through so much, right? And I'm the type of person that's like, well, I don't want you around me if you're just tolerating me because I had a friend tell me that. Like, I had a really good friend, and we just talking about friendships. Let's just have a real conversation about friendships because I've had a friend. Oh, the lighting's not going to be that great here. Let me see. That's a little better, but I've had a friend. We talking about friendships. Welcome to the live, y'all. And I was just kind of venting out about a friendship that I just lost. Shoot, on the live. But yeah, I've had a friend who I was friends with for years. I was friends with this person for years, and he told me that like we kind of got into an argument. Here's the thing, because he wanted more out of the relationship. The other friend, this is an old friend that I'm talking about that told me that he was tolerating me. He wanted more from the friendship. He wanted us to be in a romantic relationship, and I just was not feeling that. We were really good friends for years. You know, all throughout the years, we've just been like really dope friends, to where we've always kept in contact. Even when I moved out of state, I moved out of state, and I'm not saying we talk no every day, but we talked When I was out of state, I talked to him a few times. Like we always stayed in touch, always stayed in touch, and we just were good friends. We were just good friends or whatnot. I was never feeling him romantically like that. And it seems like um he, towards the end of our friendship, he wanted more than what I wanted. So that kind of killed the friendship. And we kind of got into it. Um and in us getting into it, he told me that he was tolerating me. Like his exact words. He was like, I was tolerating you for all this time. So that's like a trigger for me. I don't want to be in no relationship by any aspect, whether it is a friendship relationship, a romantic relationship, a business relationship, like any aspect of a relationship with anybody. I don't never want to feel like a person is tolerating me. So when he told me that I was tolerating you for all these years, I said, tolerating? I said, oh, baby, you ain't never got to worry about tolerating me again. Never. I didn't even know that's how you felt. But if that's how you felt, oh, okay. I'm glad you told me that, because now I know for sure the friendship is done, right? So when he told me that, it just kind of opened my eyes like wide, like really wide, and made me be even more cautious to how I open myself up in relationships, and like really kind of be mindful and like really checking, like, is this a genuine friendship? Is this a genuine, like, are you like, even if it's a romantic relationship, are you genuinely into me, or are you just it, like, are you tolerating me? So with the friend that I just lost this relationship, um I felt that. I felt like I was being tolerated. I felt like that maybe he was just being nice because of everything that I'm dealing with. I felt like it seemed like that, even like in our and we like our conversation started to dwindle. We didn't talk as often or as frequent, like our and then even when we talk, the conversations weren't as impactful, if that makes sense. Me and him, we used to have some really good conversations about everything. Like at one point, he was my go-to, and then maybe I feel a certain type of way about it because I do have feelings for him. Let me be honest. I'm putting all my business out alive tonight because maybe I just need to vent it out. So because I do have romantic feelings for him. Um, and to me, because he's never acted on try, I know he has some type of feelings for me. Now I can say this relationship here has kind of crossed the lines of, you know, kind of confusing. Is it definitely has crossed past friendship. I'll say that. It has crossed past the friendship line because we have kissed, we've kissed each other. We've actually been out on a couple of dates. I'm not saying that we've dated like a whole bunch, but we have been out on some dates. Um and I don't know, it just seems like the more and more that we talked and we kind of were making each other available for each other, it just seems like feelings grew in there at some point. This friend I've been knowing for a long time. I've been knowing him for years or whatnot. But just to come and find out some stuff, and just to kind of really see that he's not really trying to pursue me romantically. I said, okay, I could be a big girl and okay, we could still be friends, right? But apparently I was I couldn't handle just being friends, and I just said, listen, it just kind of like, even with us being friends, it seemed like it was just not the same. It just seemed like it wasn't the same, and I just kind of felt like I was being tolerated. Like he didn't want to tell me, like maybe he didn't want to tell me that the friendship was over, or maybe he don't want to be friends anymore. So I just said it. I said, listen, I said the dynamics of the relationship really seem different or whatever. And let's just be honest, like it does. It feels different. It feels like that. Because the other day I ran out of gas. The other day I ran out of gas and he kind of came to help me. um, he wasn't the first one I called because I knew things were kind of like on a shaky ground between us. I knew it or whatever. But I did ended up calling him because no the other calls that I made, they weren't available. So I did call him. He so happened to be available and he came, helped me get he brought me gas. He brought me gas, make sure that my car started up so I can go get to the gas station because I was actually on my way to get gas. But y'all know my gas leak is so bad. My gas, it, you know, it ran out as I was on the way to the gas station. So thank he was able to come. But here's the thing, the interaction, that's right there. That's what really kind of made me kind of see like, okay, the vibe is different. Like it seemed real different. Like it kind of just seemed like he was tolerating me then too. And I told him, I said, even when you came to come and pick me, gave me, when you came to help me the other day with gas, I said, you barely spoke, and I'm always kind of like that bubbly type. Hey, I'm always that girl or whatever. And he barely spoke, he opened up my gas tank, put the gas in, and I quickly was like, thank you, and I got my car and drove on down because it just felt like he kind like I was bothering him. That's how I felt. I felt like I was being tolerated. So, it just got to a point to where I said that whole feeling tolerated thing, that's a trigger for me. If I'm in any relationship to where I feel like somebody is tolerating me or they feel like that, oh, they feel sorry for me or something or whatever. No, you don't gotta be in no relationship with me. You don't gotta, no, we don't have to have anything. It could be cut off like that or whatever. So that's what I did. I've started having those feelings as if he was tolerating me. So I said, okay, it's done or whatever, because I never want to be in no relationship with nobody and they tolerate me. I don't care if it's with, I don't care if it's a family relationship, business relationship. Like I don't want to be tolerated by nobody or whatever. So I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with the emotions behind that because he was really a great friend to me. And I think I was a great friend to him, and we just known each other with so much history. There's so much history there. And I don't know. But welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. I was just talking about friendships. I've been talking about friendships. I've been talking about a array of things. I was talking about friendships just now, and I was talking about my kids, graduation, and all that stuff. But I'm about to jump off this live. I've been on this live a long time, kind of mainly talking to myself, if I'm honest. But hey, welcome into the live. If you're here, if you want to drop where you're watching from, um, have you ever had a relationship with somebody? And I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. I'm talking about friendship relationships or just any type of relationships to where you felt tolerated. And I was talking about a friendship relationship that I just lost, that I kind of just cut off because I felt like that person was tolerating me, and it felt like the dynamics of the friendship have definitely changed. And honestly, I don't know if I did the right thing. Maybe we should have had a conversation because there was really other stuff too. There was really other stuff. Maybe I handled it wrong. I don't know. I could be honest and say maybe I did kind of handle it a little wrong because there really was other things that I should have had a conversation about that was really kind of bothering me, but I tend to kind of go ghost. Like I will disappear. I will not disappear, but I will just kind of be like, okay, well, it is what it is. Like I won't bring it up because number one, you're not my man. Number two, you ain't really trying to pursue me in that way. So because there was other things, and once I reflected on it, I said, well, at this point is my fault because he has not tried to pursue me romantically or whatever. So I said, I'm not going to say anything because I'll be the one looking stupid or whatever. but I'll sit there and be bothered with it. And then it'll just be a ripple effect of how I move with you or whatever. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff that I'm dealing with. Some of the stuff that I'm dealing with. And yeah, I just need to process everything and just deal with it, I guess. You know, I'm dealing with so much right now. Um and I just don't really have time to soak about it. I don't have time to soak about it because it just is what it is. I guess it was bound to happen at some point. So I just have to just get over it, you know. You know, I just have to get over it. But anyways, thank y'all for sitting with me on today. I'm talking to myself. Listen, I'm gonna jump off this live because it's getting dark. It's getting dark and my lighting is not that great anyway in the car. But anyways, listen, it was nice chatting in for a second. I just wanted to kind of show my face, and I just ended up going on and having. I had a lot of conversation by myself. There was a couple of people that did kind of jump in, but only one person kind of showed up in the comments. But you know, it is what it is. I'm still trying to stay committed to the live thing and just trying to build up really my community here. All right. Well, thank y'all for sitting with me. Thank you for chatting with me for a sec. Well, I've been chatting by myself. Let me be honest. Listen, thanks for listening. All right. Thanks for listening for the minute or two that you jumped in. All right. Y'all have an amazing night. I'll see y'all on the next one. Listen, make sure you tap in and get my Faith Friday tomorrow. Tap in for the Faith Friday video, and I'll see y'all on the next one.